Welcome back to the Bearded Console Gamer, and today I'll be filling you in on what to expect during Ubisoft's upcoming presentation, Ubisoft Forward, which is going to take place on Sunday the 12th of July. We're going to start off with some titles that we're all but certain are going to be appearing during Sunday's showcase before moving on to some of the wildcards. Quick heads up, Ubi is going to be giving away a free PC version of Watch Dogs 2 to any and all who log into their Uplay account during the main presentation. So if you enjoy picking up AAA games for the low price of absolutely nothing, be sure to log in. Now, as to the question of when Ubisoft Forward will take place, I've got you covered. A pre-show stream is set to start at 11 AM PDT, with the main event following an hour later at 12. So in Europe, that's 8 PM CEST for the pre-show and 9 in the evening for the big show. Straight out of the gate, we can expect a significant showing from Assassin's Creed Valhalla. We could get another cinematic here, but what we're all really waiting for is some officially released gameplay and hopefully a walkthrough of some new game mechanics. That would go a long way towards allaying the fears of some people who, judging by leaked gameplay and stills, are complaining that it just looks like another Assassin's Creed Odyssey in a different setting. First of all, what's wrong with you? That already sounds amazing. And second, there will be some gameplay and combat tweaks, there always are. For example, Odyssey introduced the ability wheel and a territory system that let you wrest control of a province from Spartan to Athenian hands or vice versa. The new time frame and setting of Valhalla will open up new mechanics, I'm sure. It's really up to personal preference as to whether you think it's different enough, or if it even needs to be that different from previous blockbuster titles anyway. We're also definitely going to get some Watch Dogs Legions content. We'll get some gameplay, and I'm sure they'll dig into some new gameplay features there. Considering that the game was originally due to drop in March this year, but got heavily delayed when 2020 just threw a tantrum, I think we'll definitely see a release date for Legions. It's possible they could bring the game to consoles this year, but they won't want to squeeze it in too close to Valhalla. AC is the bigger, more popular franchise. You'd really need to give Watch Dogs its own space to see it reach its maximum earning potential, otherwise the bigger fish is just gonna eat the smaller fish's, well, sales figures, if that made sense. Traditionally, AC games are dropped in October, so assuming that's the case here, which I personally think it will be, Ubi has the option of releasing Watch Dogs very soon, as in late August or early September. They could drop it in late November, or just push it to 2021 altogether. Actually, you know what? Forget trying to release it in late November. I would not want to drop that game anywhere near Cyberpunk. We can also expect to hear more about Hyperscape, Ubi's 100-player futuristic battle royale. One of the hooks here seems to be the emphasis put on vertical mobility. It has all the features you'd expect to see from a 2020 battle royale, and seems to vibe most heavily off Apex Legends, what with the respawn beacon and just the way the weapons look and feel, if you know what I mean. Weapons in games have that heavy feel, if they're good. That said, it is bringing something fresh to the genre with the event system. At points in the game, battle events are triggered that'll, for example, give you infinite ammo for a set time or reduce the effects of gravity, letting you jump super high. The cool twist here is that Twitch viewers can vote on the type of event that's triggered. There was actually a rumour that the game was going to drop on July 12th, so we could have an out now situation on our hands. If that's the case, I'm going to jump in on the ground floor because I always leave it a little bit too late, and then I get to it and everyone's already freaking amazing, and I just give up. It's possible we'll see something to do with Rainbow Six Quarantine, but I think it's unlikely. Quarantine was revealed in E3 2019 and will take the form of a 3-player co-op tactical first-person shooter. It was originally supposed to come out this year, but had its development and launch disrupted by COVID. The cinematic trailer from last year gives us some idea of what to expect from the game. It seems to have a tense, horror-like atmosphere, and it's going to pit teams against a seemingly inhuman enemy, judging by the weird noises that were in the trailer. It also seems like there could be some kind of infection mechanic at play, but that could have been simply for the trailer, and it has nothing to do with gameplay, so who knows. If it is at Ubisoft Forward, I think we'll probably see a bit of gameplay and definitely a new name, because if any game was ever in need of rebranding, it's this one. I wouldn't be surprised if they decide to drop it for now on account of the fact that it could come over as super tone deaf in a world which has been fundamentally altered by the rise of a new virus. I do, however, think it's the right time to tease Far Cry 6. I loved Far Cry 5, the father and the co-op made for a seriously messed up but fascinating game, and I still love listening to the Hope County Choir. Seriously, if you guys like the choir music from the game, there's a whole album of it available on Spotify. I recommend it, it's great work music. But Far Cry 5 is in the rearview mirror now. and I want to see what they're going to do with the new game, where they're going to set it, and what the hook is going to be. I mean, we've had cults, a Stone Age setting, warlords, and a post-apocalyptic game in New Dawn. Where will Far Cry 6 take us? I think we're going to find out on Sunday, even if it's in a kind of circuitous, teasy trailer way. Regarding Beyond Good and Evil 2, I think we will see it in some form. It could be just a trailer to remind us that it still exists, or you could get some gameplay. The point is, if you don't see it at this point, it's been quiet for a while, I think you could take that as a clue that something has gone pretty wrong there. That said, it's such an ambitious game, they could just be taking pretty much all the time in the world with it to make sure it's good before they put something else out. But I'd like to see something. We will see something from Gods and Monsters, if only because they want to get the PR back on track after the Stadia leak. For those that don't know what it is, Gods and Monsters was revealed at Ubisoft's E3 event last year. It's a completely new IP themed around ancient Greek mythology from the makers of AC Odyssey and seems to share some of the same DNA with Zelda Breath of the Wild. In terms of things we definitely know, the story is set in a mythical time in which the gods have fallen victim to a creature named Typhon, probably the big bad, and it's your job as the hero to return their powers to them. To this end, you'll be given godlike powers and made to fight mythological beasts like hydras, cyclopses, and gorgons. It looks cool, but I want to know more in terms of gameplay mechanics. I think we'll get a release date for this, probably 2021. I also think Just Dance is going to make some kind of weird appearance. They love that game. And there's always the potential with Ubi for something weird, like a Mario and Rabbids-esque crossover, but we'll have to wait and see. Nope, I've changed my mind. No more fence sitting. Ladies and gentlemen, we will see Mario and Rabbids 2. Nah, we won't really, but wouldn't that be cool? Another game that I don't think will be making an appearance is Splinter Cell. I feel like something would have leaked about that by now. I also can't see Skull and Bones making an appearance at all, if it still exists. On another note, why isn't the Ezio trilogy on Switch yet? Give the people what they want, Ubisoft. That's all for today. If you liked the video, give it a like, and why not throw in a subscribe. I'll catch you later for more gaming news, reactions, and roundups.